Hello, my name is Rodney. I'm from the PO Gamer Kicking YouTube channel, and today we're going over another one of my Fright Night Fridays videos. And today I am going to be talking about something that I've enjoyed for a long time. These I got at the Scholastic book fairs. Only one of these I've had since I was younger. The other three I have found at like bookstores and stuff like that, like used bookstores. And three of them are Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I got those 3 volumes. I had to rebuy these. I don't know where my original ones are. And another one I've had was Scary Stories for Stormy Nights. I had other ones. I had one called The Scariest Stories You've Ever Heard and Scariest Stories You Ever Heard Part 2. And I think I had a few more that I can't remember. So I'd like to, I wish I could find the other ones, but these are the ones I have. I found these at a bookstore. I bought those. I was happy. And this one I just had for a long time. But I'm not going to go over the stories in this because I highly recommend getting them yourself and reading them. They're really short. Here, let me actually show you. There's one called, here. The first one is called The Big Toe. So you have that. That's it. That's The Big Toe. So, it takes literally a few minutes to read it. But they're actually scary. Very short, scary stories. And I like how these books break them up. Because like in this one, you have the section, which is this full of jump scares. And then the next one, you have he heard footsteps coming from the cellar stairs. Coming up the cellar stairs. And it's about, and these are ghost stories. It tells you what they are. Here we are. They eat your eyes, they eat your nose. These are scary stories about all kinds of things. The ones told here are about the grave, a witch, a man who liked to swim, a hunting trip, and a market basket? Oh. I was ready. I was looking at it. I kept wanting to say marked, but no, it's market. There also one about worms eating a corpse, your corpse. So yeah, that's for kids. And it's talking about worms eating your corpse. So these are awesome. The artwork in these is awesome. It's really kind of scary. And you got these like scary houses. Here we are. There's a zombie lady. I think these books come together in one volume. Like you can get all 3 volumes of these together. I think she's on the cover of it. Actually, I think they're making them like kind of an episodic movie, kind of like the I can't remember right now. Creep Show, I think was it called. But yeah, I think they're making a movie about that. The other books I remember The Scariest Stories You Ever Heard. That was just a collection of actually of scary stories. Like it had The Hook, the one about that was in that. It's like that one had more common scary stories in it. These, I think they're variants of old stories, but some of them are pretty unique. This one, the stories were a little bit longer, so this doesn't have many stories in it. These have quite a few, considering how thin they are. This one has a little bit more. The story's a little bit longer. They're not. I can't really say they're better, but there's a little bit more storytelling involved in this one. These are just a little bit more scary. I'm not sure if you would. I think these are scarier, but these are pretty good too. So, what I want to tell you about is when I was younger, I picked these up. The first one I picked up was The Scariest Stories You Ever Heard, and that was actually a pretty small book. It was around the size of this, and it's maybe half as thick. if that. It was pretty small. Read it, and actually I remember my aunt, somebody was sick in the hospital, and she took it to the hospital not realizing what the book was. And next day she handed the book back to me, and she said, I didn't want to leave the hospital to walk to my vehicle. I was so scared. So that's kind of give you that one is those are really good because those are more classic scary stories. So I read those, really liked those, bought part two, and then a lot of people started talking about these, and I started picking them up. Picked the first one up, and I went camping. The camping trip was in my backyard. So I actually was out in my backyard because the yard I had at home was really big. So you're probably, I don't know, 50 feet from the house, maybe more, maybe 100 feet from the house. And the neighbors are like, because I camped out at the back of the yard, really close to the fence. Well, at the back of the yard, there was these three big trees, and then behind those trees is a garage, at the back of my neighbor's garage. So you couldn't see that way. And we had like a utility building, like lawnmowers and stuff were in on this side of me. On this side, there's a chain link fence and a grown-up garden. So basically, you couldn't see outside this little, like, area I was in, because like basically I had the ground I was sleeping on was dirt because that's our basketball court. We that's what we played on, and we just kept it wore down to dirt. So that's where the tent was set up, and when the wind blew, these trees would shake, and you could hear them like. Shh. So that was how I read this book, with a flashlight in a tent outside. And I mean, it's a very small neighborhood. After 9 o'clock, nobody gets out because nothing's open. So basically, you had no cars, like not many lights, because I mean everybody had a pretty big yard, and you had them on the street. So basically, you had a street, my yard, our yard, somebody else's yard, because there's a fence line basically separated the two yards, like everybody's, and then another street. And so let's do this. One yard, second yard. And the street lights were over here and over here. I was camped out here, so it's far away from any light that I could get. Also, the building, the garage, and the grown-up garden made this area very, very dark. Hope that was kind of a good visual aid. But yeah, so I don't think I got much sleep that night, because there's some stories in here that we'll get to you. Especially because I'm trying to think how old I was. Maybe I was maybe in 6th grade, 7th grade, maybe. So yeah, that's how I remember this one. Not this exact book. I wish this was the exact book I owned when I was younger, but I can't find that one. This one, I remember picking up the next time the book fair came around. I think the book fairs came around twice a year, if I remember correctly. I got this one, and I remember I read this one. I didn't read this one during the night. I wasn't going to be crazy again. I read this one, I think, like on an early Sunday morning, and it's pretty good. It's got some good. It's actually got, this one has like some songs and stuff in it, like little poems. So that is a little bit different, but it had some really good stuff in it too. So I read this one. This one didn't really scare me as much, just because of the atmosphere I was reading it in. It was very bright. I was outside. Because we had, at that time, I think we had an above ground pool at that time, and I was sitting around my pool. So the pool was going. Gentle Breeze, it is a little hard to get scared reading this during that. I mean, it's really hard to be scared during it, that watching anything or reading anything. But still, yeah, it still has some pretty scary stuff in it. This one, I don't believe I read this one until I think I might have been in college because I thought it was like, oh wow, I don't think I actually got. I mean, this one was owned by Stephanie Lanham, I think. She got her name signed across the top here. I have no idea. I bought this from Half Price Books, and it's like $1.50, and that was just the name that's on it. I can't get it off. I've tried using alcohol and stuff like that, but it won't come off. And she also has her name signed inside here. But this, I don't think I actually read this one. I think I was like nostalgia. I picked one of these up secondhand when I was in college and lost it, and I had to pick this one up like maybe a year ago. So yeah, I've been reading and when I read this one, I was like, wow, these were pretty dark. I mean, the artwork is really dark. I mean, this one I think has the darkest artwork of the three. I mean, it's really good, but some of it is pretty scary. So yeah, I mean, like here we go. I think no, there's one in here that was that was like, wow, that would have scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. Yeah, if I can find it really quickly. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Thought it was this one. Ah. I think that's it right there. Just like this weird thing flying above you, like it's a claw sticking down. Just the picture would have scared me when I was really young. But yeah, that's this one. I was like, it shocked me how scary the stories were in it when I picked them back up. Because when I picked it back up when I was in college, because I was like, I'd read these when I was younger, and I thought, oh, they weren't that scary. I was just young and didn't understand. I was easy to scare. But then when I got this one, I was like, wow, these were actually pretty scary. And then, but I think I had lost these at that time already. So when I picked all three of them up again last year, I read them again. I was like, these are actually pretty scary for kids' books. And this one, I don't think I've read in probably 10 years. When I was actually pulling these out, I saw this one on another stack, and I was like, holy cow, I can't believe I found this. I still have this. So I pulled it out, and this is going to be my weekend reading. So that I don't want to go through the stories, because if you haven't read them, you really should. They are really good, and I highly, highly recommend these. I mean, you can probably find these at a secondhand bookstore pretty cheap. I mean, it's like $3.95 when they were originally sold. I don't think they've went up. I think they've been selling these things in schools ever since. Maybe not, but I think they have. And I mean, I got them for $1.50 each. So like $4.50 for all three of these. This I haven't seen anywhere else. I just saw that Scholastic when I was younger, and I got that. Yeah, on this it says it's 1995 is the copyright date on this. So I'm not sure. I've been in high school when I got that then. Huh. I thought I was younger when I got that. Never mind. That's... But yeah, so anyways. For a good scare, read these books. I highly recommend them. I have gotten a lot of scares out of them, especially the first one, because the way I read it, these are good books to read at night. And if it's storming outside, even better. Read them, and you'll be like, what was that noise? Did I hear something upstairs? Did I hear something outside? Great way to scare yourself, if that's what you're into. If they're not what you're into, why are you watching a Friday Night Frights videos? But highly recommend them. Check them out. They're very good. And hope you guys enjoy my Fright Night Fridays. Is it Friday Night? Friday Fright Night. So I can't remember. I call it's either Fright Night Fridays or Friday Fright Nights. But hope you guys are enjoying them, and I'll see you next week. Next week, is it October next? No, it is not. Next Friday is the last day of September, and then we're going into going into October, Halloween month. For Halloween, I'm going to try to do a little bit special things. I'm not sure if I'll do just one a week. I may do more videos throughout the week, and hope to cover a larger range of things, because Halloween is my favorite holiday. I'm not sure if I am definitely going to do some video games, books, movies, TV shows, just things to get me really into the Halloween spirit, because I love Halloween. But anyways, hope you enjoyed it, and till next time. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked the video, go ahead and give me a like. If you'd like to see more from me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I release at least 2 videos a week. Most of the time I release more. Leaving a comment actually helps me a lot, helps me know what you'd like, dislike, or would like to see on my channel, so go ahead and leave me a comment. If you would like to get in touch with me, have any questions, anything like that, you can go ahead and email me at vmail@pogamer.com. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.